flame sigil. I thought the fire goddess never got involved. In the name of Hades, Olympus, I accept this message.
Well, look at you, hot stuff. Come to help the elderly. Oh, what a good girl you are. And here I was, just about to burn this whole blasted place to the ground myself. Now, here's a little warm-up for ya. Oh, Hecate's your teacher, is that it? Known her since I was probably your age. Right proper dame. Been far too long since last we saw each other, come to think. What can you do? She hates everybody, I hate everybody. So, you're a bit of a witch, are ya? Well, not I. Stuck with this family already, don't see why I'd want another one. But I understand the appeal, I suppose. Plenty of candles and fire to it, isn't there? I almost pity you, dearie, all swept up in our affairs. You don't know how hard I've tried to avoid it myself. Must we always have to take a blasted side in everything? But we gods, we just love a good fight. Your dad and I got on all right, comparatively speaking, I suppose. After we put the Titans in their place, though, he went down into your underworld and I drifted away like a spark from a flame. You should have seen it, dearie, when we brought old Kronos down. Took 6 of us at least, but we got him. Little wonder he's all sore about it still. We'll just have to dispose of him more thoroughly. Cremation, mayhaps. That Bowman's good at taking messages, isn't he? Almost like taking corpses down into the underworld like he used to. Nothing to do for those these days. Except to burn. He made it all the way down to the Morning Fields before. A horrid place, or so I hear, and covered in dry brush far as the eye can see. Well, next time you're there, you burn your way on through. Hear me, hot stuff? We're not too worried here right now, what with Athena holding down the fort. She can be a little much if you two ever meet, but out of everybody here, she'd be the first I'd pick to watch my back. If there's one thing I learned from my strong-armed nephew here, dearie, is that you always have to strike while the iron's still hot. Now, come on, hop to it, Hestia, my lad.
I'm up in, lady, yeah. Though if you keep on turning up the heat in here, then this whole forge is gonna blow and take the rest of the damn mountain with it too. And what would Witchy have to fight for then?
So it was Artemis who sniffed you out, was it? Seems like an awful big coincidence. But then we're gods. These things, they happen all the time. I'll say I'm glad she found you when she did. You got that bloody Titan, didn't you? Don't feel too bad you couldn't end him altogether. Not like any of the rest of us were able to, as you can plainly see. Instead, mayhaps go kick him while he's down. Happy to help with that. Heard you plucked that nasty heiress from the sky. Well, serves her right. Though we could never make her stay away for good. To think she's one of Nyx's many pups. Squeeze out a big litter like that, you're liable to get a runt. Where in those bloody depths are you, dearie? Underneath the sea? It's hard to get a blaze a roaring when there's water all about, but if you can handle the pressure down there, I can bring the heat. What's that you got there? Ignium, is it? Reminds me of those twin torches that old Hecate would always have with her. If these are anything like those, they'll never sputter out. But just in case, we'll keep them nice and hot. You're not supposed to be up here, are you? Don't think your dad's permitted back up top, at least. But you're a witch. Must be you've got your cures for everything under the sun. So, the Titan of Foresight slipped his chains and fights against us now. A pity that. Been on the outs with us ever since we caught him red-handed with my flames. Stole fire for the sake of mortal kind. Could have just asked me nice. I know you've all this Kronos business to sort out, but want to say I can appreciate that you're attempting to make life a little cozier back home. Make things warmer, and old Hestia can tell. We ought to have been kinder to mortals, really. Then Kronos would have had a harder time compelling the dead to rise against us. I've always tried to look after the living, but our family's best known for looking after ourselves. got so far so quick tonight, hot stuff. But you're not going any farther till you're properly prepared. Got to bring plenty of heat where you're going. Since Typhon's back, I thought I'd say nice knowing you, dearie. Not that we're going down without a fight, but just in case. We barely beat him when we first settled up with Kronos way back when. But now he's grown a lot. Don't quite know how we're managing to hold back Typhon from reducing this whole mountaintop to ash. Must be the lightning, flames, floods and earthquakes and the like. If you've got any bright ideas yourself, just come on up. You really have to pay that care on character in these situations. What sort of daft system is that? What, no blessings for the poor? Doesn't seem fair at all. He never seemed to lack the smarts, as I recall. Was a right level-headed sort. But now, he's serving Kronos, making mayhem for us here. They say he sees the future, so he must know he won't get away with this. You and old Hecate, you must be sorting out some way to keep that Kronos from recovering, lest you wouldn't keep on going after him like this. You getting any warmer yet? My blessing made it all that way on just a rickety old wooden ferry boat. Must be a litany of fire safety hazards there, although plenty of water near with which to put them out.
Dear Goddess Hestia, I hope you will accept this offering. It's a pleasure to have met someone with your warmth, wisdom, and strength.
Well, look at you, making me offerings. Such hospitality. And while I throw most customs to the flames, the old exchange of gifts is one that I don't mind. So here, something from me.
Something from Great Auntie Hestia.
Monsters down and out? And I mean out for good, as in we can't find any trace of him at all. They're telling me you turned Typhon to ash, dearie. That's proper scary stuff. Just look at the flickering, sorry mess we've become. But we've all got to pull our weight, don't we?
Sorry, Great Auntie. She wants a fight, does she? Satisfied?
Play with fire and you get yourself burnt. It's just as simple as that, unless I say otherwise.
We goddesses can be too proud to beg for aid. I'd never stoop to it myself. Why bother, when my hard-headed sister Hestia shall insist on intervening anyway? And at this very moment, whilst I speak...
Because respectfully, you just don't know what's good for you, old queen. Sometimes it's ones can't bring themselves to ask for help that need it most. Now, why don't we set a proper example for the latest unceremonious addition to our family? What's gotten into Kronos, eh? One moment it's the same old war, and then the next he shows up on our mountain all contrite. I know you witches can be serious, but this was well past what I reckoned you could do. Auntie Hestia's arrived. Having my food just stuffed into some unmarked sack, I swear. Halfway surprised it didn't burn right through. Sometimes it isn't easy getting hold of you, you know. I'm so worked up I didn't properly congratulate you last time, dearie. Bless you for everything. You found us in the middle of a real mess and got us out. Sure, we helped and all, but you did the cooking and you did it good.
Please accept this, Great Aunt Hestia. Your generous support means a lot to me. I know there's so much I can learn from you.
Come on now, I've nothing much to teach. You seem a recluse, much the same as I, besides, although a looker still. But it's been nice to have made your acquaintance. Even I'll admit the quaint crackle of the hearth just doesn't always do the job. Sometimes what we need is a great big conflagration, an inferno of the highest order. How about one then? Now where do you get off picking one of my younger sisters over me, eh? turn you to ash this time. But later down the line, no guarantees. I still remember how it felt when we showed Kronos what we younger generation were made of. Now you're the younger generation, dearie, dealing with the same old problems and worse. Some things never do change. So let me see if I understand. Though you rid us of Typhon, you are now supposed to hunt down what remains of him somewhere out of this bloody world? Oh, you can't catch a proper break, hot stuff. But I have got you back. Just earlier, I felt the strangest urge to seek you out, dearie. Almost as though it wasn't even me deciding it. Messing with eldritch forces or some such. Well, if you want to gaze into the cold abyss, I'll keep you nice and warm. Been on your own all this time, haven't you? Well, might be you better off. Wish I never knew my blasted dad and mum. They taught me nothing I couldn't have learned better on my own.
Our bond renewed.
Hey, a right good bird like that deserves another. Only fair, don't you agree, hot stuff? Hey, you're all right, and I am now all right, so I suppose that everything's all right. We've relegated Kronos to a cushy job down in the Isles of the Blessed. How nice for him, I get that. But you're still working with him to fight him, to stop him from rising to power, eh? Well, I suppose I get that too.
Great Hestia, goddess of hearth and flame, may your spark burn always as brightly. You've helped me so much on my way.
Why, thank you for that, dearie. You're too kind. Mortals were so convinced I only liked burnt offerings, they never gave me good stuff such as this. You know what this family's problem is, dearie? It's just too big. The others act as though they pity me. Poor childless Hestia, they say. But they all long for their childless days. I can see it in their eyes. The heart is at the center of the mortal household, dearie, keeping my flames comfortably in place. But I can make a wildfire in a snap. And when I get angry, that's exactly what I do. You must have had an excess of those golden coins that Kronos strewed across the land. To tempt the greediest of mortals, I suppose. Or the poorest. Not for me to judge.
A tribute for dear Lady Hestia. Your bright flames are a guiding light and bane to all our enemies, though your keen wisdom and fiery spirit spur me on at least as much.
No use buttering me up, you know. What, you think I'm going to withhold the best I've got unless you pay me some nice compliment? I can be petty, sure, but not that petty.
If I'm to take another boon of yours, Great Aunt, I bid you take another offering of nectar from me. How you can carry yourself with such ease inspires me. If I could become more like you some ages hence, I would be very fortunate.
You want to be like me? Now that's a first. What I wouldn't give to turn back time and have another go at things knowing what I do now. Though, come to think, we plan to turn back time, don't we? Strange contraption that you're using to make everything blow up. I got odd glances too when I still had the rail of adamant, but it could make them look away right quick.
Grand Auntie Hestia, more and more I wonder what would it have been like if you were always in my life. Perhaps I would have grown up quicker of wit, or happier. May we yet get to know each other like we knew each other all along.
I never wanted kids, you know, dearie. And you're not about to make me second guess what's more than probably the smartest choice I ever made, mouthing off to me the way you did just then. Now take your blasted boon and off with you. Never been to where you live, but I can tell when someone's made a warm and happy home, such as they can. Decorations, little touches for a sense of welcome, that's the stuff. Not everybody gets it, but you do. That ferryman having a fire sale there. Don't want you paying an exorbitant amount. Not that there ought to be a price on blessings anyhow.
It must have been you who inspired me to make a warm and happy home, Great Auntie. This ambrosia, in turn, is for sharing with all those who make your own home feel safe and comforting, the way I feel whenever you call.
Oh, this is right sweet of you, dearie, and you're onto something there. So many want to be famous or successful and such, but to be safe and comfortable, nothing beats that, and I know you know. May you be always. Once we got to Kronos, that Prometheus would not be far behind, longing for the days his liver was an eagle's snack. I know he's been a problem, but I don't want to see him go through that again. Don't properly know why.
You had a bad run-in with that wretched heiress on your way here, eh? Just great to know that strife herself is up against us now, and got her grubby little fingers on my rail of adamant. I ought to have kept the thing.
You found those little Weaver sisters, did you now? Just when I thought they left the lot of us for good. Don't quite know what to make of their new prophecy, but time eventually will always tell with those.
I'm pleased to see dear Lady Hestia putting her capabilities to greater use. Why, here she is right now. I always knew you had a disposition toward destruction, goddess, as so prevalent as flame in war.
It's a side of myself I don't often like to show, as much as you seem to like seeing it, Ares. I figure we can't properly control our powers if we can't control ourselves. Great stuff, dearie, giving back Kronos and then Typhon the old one too. You make this stuff look proper easy now. Perhaps I should give it a go myself one of these nights.
In olden days, I never took strapping young Zeus here for the marrying type. I was none too pleased when he picked my poor sister Hera for the job.
But you've been a right good husband to her, haven't you, Zeus?
I sometimes pity you, Hestia, for never having known the joys of matrimony for yourself. Challenges arise in any such relationship, but together with your beloved partner, you find a way. All you must do is compromise and cooperate.
You've got my everlasting ember, haven't you? Could faintly see its flicker even here.
Your way of signalling to your great auntie Hestia and all the rest that you are hankering for boons with just a little bit of spice.
When all of this is over, I am liable to keep on wandering about, I think. See how the mortals of the world are faring. Can't do that as easily from on high. Olympus can be nice to visit, but I never wanted to live here myself.
Not always big on family business, though I take exception for my little sis.
She, of all goddesses, has to put up with the most around here. And that's not even counting all this Kronos stuff. How do you manage it, oh queen?
I manage it one evening at a time is how, sister. Perhaps we shall have to burn the old world down and start anew. But I can think of none more suited should the need arise.
Gave up the boon of Hestia, did you? Well then, how about a quick reminder of the proper way to make a sacrifice?
Let's all just take a breath.
That there is what I call the first degree, like letting you off with a little warning.
I know Prometheus supposedly can see what's coming up, but I just can't believe he saw all this. Suppose I should be madder at him, but at least it seems like he's been looking out for mortals still.
Something about this night gives me the proper chills, hot stuff. It's like the darkness is so thick it suffocates. And problem is, you can't have fire without air. Careful, all right?
You must live somewhere around those parts, don't you, dearie?
Well, since it seems a little cold out there tonight, why don't we make some temperature adjustments here?
Your great aunt Hestia is not exactly as she seems. In olden times, she was content merely to let her flames keep sputtering within the hearths of mortal homes. Admit to it, sister. You've changed.
And you, Demeter, you've not changed at all. None of you have. It's why you're in a heap of trouble now. Or we, I ought to say. Good thing your grandkids coming to our rescue. The city of Aethera burns, but it's not entirely my fault. Flames are like a tool, I suppose. One of those things requiring precaution on one's part. Lose something in a fire, sorry, can't help you with that.
That Eris keeps on getting in your way, even though Kronos himself has stood down and Typhon's dead and such. Well, she's as stubborn as we are. I am practically impressed.
Poor thing, been all cooped up inside that underworld, haven't you? There's a whole great world to see out there once your business is done. Do let me know. I can suggest some wondrous spots not far from here.
The mortals, they like giving thanks to us, but what are we supposed to do, you know? Well, I just do the same. Give thanks to Lady Hestia, at least, for keeping me forge burning up. She even visits me now and again.
Well, I like it here, my lad. In spite of all the clanging and whatnot, it's peaceful, more or less. And you're not such bad company to keep. Though, why don't we show your cousin what we can cobble up together? Oh, while you're up here, do watch out for Heracles. Big, burly sort of man. One of the best we've got, but sometimes gives the sense that he's become unhappy with his job. How that is possible, though, is beyond my ken.
Why, hello, dearie. Getting ready for your next excursion there? You're just a glowing ember for the moment, so how about we get you good and fired up?
Not sent all back from Theus, I heard. Well, if he burned you, don't go putting ice on it, no matter what Demeter says. You witches must have ointments and the like. Think you can slip right out of there this late without my noticing? Well, typically you can, but not this time. And your punishment is a fine selection of hearth-warming boons. Don't have a chat with Hera, with Queen Hera, I should say, about how maybe we can all go easier on Heracles after all this. He ought to put down that big club of his and have a good long sit.
Mortals go from worshipping the flame to fearing it. As well they ought. The hearth fires of every home there in that wretched city you reside in, all of them burned out. Not that I'm mad. Oh no.
You had it out with Polyphemus, so I hear. Recall distinctly how he lost his eye. Let's say flame played a vital part and leave it there. Almost felt sorry for the lad, but he's been getting by. I'm getting in your way. Don't want my glasses while they're good and hot, do you? Then this ought to warm you up in the meantime. Well, there we go again. You know they take me for the calm and peaceful one around here.
Got yourself some cinder there, don't you? Not a flashy substance, but it's strong, good source of flame. Most gods and mortals only care for shiny baubles and the like, but some of you witches rather know your stuff.
Now don't go wandering into the dark without a proper light. And I don't mean the kind of Paul is offering, although mayhaps I'd settle for the moon. Anyhow, no matter, here. Sure am glad to know your dad's all right. Him and your mum, your brother, everybody from that house of his. May they all be warm and comfortable together there. Oh, the mighty ruler of Olympus gave to you a bit of his thunderous might, did he now? Well, that's not going to take you very far at all. So let me set you up with a little extra firepower here.
Already had a brush with Sister Hera, have you now? She's more accustomed to attending youngsters such as you, but then again, she's got her own to deal with. So why not stick with me?
You probably could tell this was my boon from all the heat must have been wafting from the parcel there. Surprised it didn't burn right up.
Blessed already by the mighty god of earth and sea, are ya? Poseidon's power and my own don't often mix, but then again, neither do he and I. Of that you can be certain there, dearie.
You're loaded up with cinder, aren't you? That much of it I can detect from here. A special kind from torches I know well. Some remnants of your bouts with Hecate. You can't really be fighting. Probably just your nightly exercise. Here I was, trying to lend a helping hand, but no. Somebody's always getting in my way. Well, I won't have it. So, you got yourself a slap on the wrist. Might want to pour some nice cool water over that.
All right, dearie, let's get a real fire going. No more fussing about merely with sparks and such. Oh, Apollo, get your buttocks over here right now, because I could use a light.
Right away, dear Lady Hestia. Though, might we please take more precaution not to burn down half the mountaintop this time?
Would you believe it, hot stuff? I have on good authority that somebody around here has laid a claim to being eldest of Olympus. But Demeter, care to explain that one?
Hestia, you had abandoned us. To be an Olympian is not merely a birthright, but a pledge, both to this family and this mountain. Restore your rightful status, and join me now to aid my granddaughter.